Hello, welcome to the Preparedness Therapist channel. This is David, and I'm the Preparedness Therapist, and I'm coming to you from Blackfoot, Idaho. We came up here for a family event, a funeral, and when I looked around here and I realized that this was a place that might be of interest to preppers because the rural lifestyle of farmers and ranchers go hand in hand with the prepper community. So I want to talk about some of the similarities with the preppers and with the farmers and ranchers and folks who live in rural areas. Some of their practices that are same, some of the mindset and the lifestyle. We're more isolated in the rural areas, and because of that isolation, we have to do a lot for ourselves. And we're also kind of immune, except from the nightly news or the internet, of most of what goes on in the cities, the riots and the attacks, the pandemics, those kind of things. I know when the pandemic hit with the COVID, there weren't many masks being worn around here. And it wasn't expected, and it wasn't, if somebody really felt strong about it, that was something they could do. But really, there's not a whole lot of worry or concern about that. People just tend to do things on their own, in their own way, in their own time, and not so worried about those other things. Same with power outages. Now the power goes out here, and it's a disruption, it's a concern, but most folks here have their own source of power, generators, at least operate the really important things. You can see behind me there's a propane tank. Fuel is something that's very common here, and there, so we fill tanks up and we have them so that we can get through most of the hard times, most of the winter. And if it needs to be filled up, then we order ahead of time, in plenty of time, to make sure that we have what we need. Same thing with food and livestock. There are times that we get snowed in, and so when that happens, sometimes it's 2 or 3 weeks before you can get to the store, and so there's always enough in the pantry to keep us going. That's not really a concern as far as getting enough food for most people in this area. Adversities and challenges, they're just kind of a common thing that happen here, and so people roll with it. That's kind of what happens. Things are stockpiled, not just the fuel and not just the food, but any kind of like equipment or supplies that might break down for our machinery. That kind of thing is stockpiled, and frankly, we do it on our own. We do it ourselves, but there's also a sense of community among the people around here too, that if there's something that we really need and we don't have it, we don't have access to it ourselves, then we can call on our neighbor, and without question, it's given or sold at cost, whatever it takes to get by and get us up and going again. That's how we roll. That's what we do to operate, and that's what they do here. A lot of hunting and fishing as far as the practices go, and a lot of gardening. I'll put some pictures in here of the gardens and chicken coop, collecting your own eggs and grow your own produce. It just kind of leads into the mindset of things, which is resilience. There's not a lot of down and out discouragement and depression that occurs because people are adaptable. They bounce back. If there's something that comes along, there's not a lot of anger that pops up with it. You just roll with it, and you just get to and fix it. Complaining, cussing isn't going to do a whole lot. There is some cussing, but that's not going to do a whole lot as far as fixing the problem. So there's a lot of adaptability and resilience, a lot of self-reliance. If you want to be a prepper, go to a rural area and look at how farmers and ranchers operate. When you do that, you're going to see a lifestyle that is a prepper lifestyle, and it's they're more self-sufficient. They're not one to take from others. They're not one to complain about things. And if you stay around that very much time, then you're going to start adapting that kind of mindset yourself. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Please share this with your friends and family and others. Let's all get prepared so that when everything collapses, or if the time comes, or when it does in your own life, that you'll be ready and prepared, and you'll have others there with you to stand alongside you. Yeah, listen to my blog, thepreparednesstherapist.blogspot.com, and look on Amazon for my books, and go to my podcast as well on Spotify. So thanks for listening, and let's all get prepared.